Hi, I'm Short, and in this video I'll explain something to you. How you can transfer the internals of your old flip key from the old casing to a new key casing. So, what do you need for this? We need a pair of pliers to open the casing. And often, a small flathead screwdriver is very handy for removing certain parts from the key. So let's get started. Here we have the original key and the new one. I'll set the new key aside for now. And we're going to start by taking apart the original one. How are we going to do this? Make sure the key blade is flipped out. And here we can see that an opening appears under the key blade. We're going to use this opening now. Let's grab the pliers and make sure the arms of the pliers are pressed together and that they can be placed together underneath here. Next, we basically squeeze the casing open. We make sure the arms of the pliers move apart. And now we can also see the inside of the key here. So we have the essential battery, the metallic key blade, the intricate circuit board, and the crucial transponder. I'll set these two aside for a moment, and we're going to get started right away with what we have here. This is very important, so pay close attention now. Here at the bottom, in the part where the battery is also located, there's a transponder. It's a small light gray block. It's the same color as the casing, so it's easily overlooked. But without this little block, the car won't be able to start. We'll carefully remove this one first with a flathead screwdriver. The one I have here is stuck in place with a little white sticker. Once this is out, we no longer need this housing, so it can be set aside. And then, look, from the other side we have the circuit board, and we can also lift this little circuit board up for a moment. And we won't need that until later either. This was the old key. Now we'll move on to the new key. We'll actually do this in exactly the same way. We'll turn this one a quarter turn again, and place the two arms of the pliers under the key blade. Then we squeeze this key open as well, and lay it down accordingly. Release the key blade catch for a moment. First, I place the transponder with the little pad, which happened to be underneath, into its position. And then I also place the circuit board into its part of the housing. There are special notches made in the housing to make sure that it fits exactly in the right place. As for the key blade, in most cases it is not possible to simply place the old key blade into the new housing. Generally there are two methods. Method 1. Here we see a small hole in the flip mechanism. If we place a nail here and tap out the retaining pin underneath, the flip mechanism can be separated. The key blade is then completely removed. And if we do the same with this one here, we can swap them, put the retaining pin back in, and then it's as good as new again. Another method is to simply visit the locksmith and have the new one cut as well. For this video, I will briefly put the new key back into the housing. And as we can see, it consists of three parts. Here we have the push button, the spring, and the flip mechanism with the key blade. On the inside of this key blade, we see three notches, and they just so happen to match the three notches on the push button. We can then fit these elements together in the correct and appropriate way, and make sure that it goes all the way to the end. The spring has a small point on one side that sticks out. This is the top side, so we keep that at the top here. And the other end we insert here. We turn it around a bit until it falls into a notch. Then it suddenly sits 1.5 millimeters lower. And we can then attach this whole assembly to the bottom of the housing. Because in this housing, we see the following. There is a small notch here on the side, specially made for this little pin on the spring. So when we put these two together, the pin fits exactly into the notch. And then it's simply a matter of giving it a 3/4 turn so that it's under tension again. When that's the case, we can simply put the whole assembly together. Now that this key is completely clicked together, you can also take a moment to check whether it turns properly in the ignition, whether it starts the car, and of course whether the electronics work. Of course, don't forget to also put the battery in the new key. To do this, you can remove the battery cover and place it in the new one. In our case, it uses a CR2032 battery, and that way everything should be properly transferred to the new casing. Well, I hope everything went smoothly with transferring this Ford flip key. If you ran into any issues or if you still have any questions, be sure to let us know at info.autosleutel.nl or in the comments below this video, and then we'll try to help you as quickly and as well as possible. Good luck!